if I didn't have the faith in God that I have, if I didn't know that through Jesus Christ all things are possible, I would think it was hopeless. I would say, there's no way you're going to survive when 73% of your children are born out of wedlock and don't have a father that's there, that's in their life. I mean, but because I have faith in God, because I understand He changes your value system, can change your outlook on life, your worldview, I believe it can be turned around if we put forth the effort. But I'm not sure that we're putting forth the effort.
We need more churches that are running programs teaching men about parenting and about responsible fatherhood and economic development and financial literacy. We need more efforts that are run by the community, teaching men and women the importance of things like marriage. We almost never talk about marriage. Marriage is still a sacred institution within the black community, and I think what we've gotten to a place now where folks have been classically conditioned to believe that it's just okay to just shack up and have babies, and so I think that we are winning, but there's so much work that we got to do.
I ask women all around the country, wouldn't you love to have a man that worked so that you didn't have to work, that you worked by choice and not by force? It is 100% agreement. But how do we get that? How do we get to that kind of situation with men? Whereas we see today's men is delaying marriage further and further along. Why is he delaying marriage? Because women provide the domestic comforts of marriage without him having to give the commitment.
We can't afford to lose too many more generations of young African American men to systems that aren't supportive.
We can't keep talking about the things that our children are going through today and the difficulties that they are having in their lives without attributing some of what they're going through to the absence of men in their lives.
Most of my friends were in single family homes. But on the other side, though, most of my friends were very bright, very good students, and they made out very well in life without having a strong father figure at home.
Much like Gavin, I come from a single parent household, and I didn't have any role models, any positive male role models, shall I say. You know, and kind of tying back into what Janisha said and why we care at Cool Kids. As a kid, what we thought was cool is not what we're doing. And I care because if they knew better, they do better. And if we can show the youth that it's cool to give back, it's cool to excel beyond the limitations of where you live and what you see every day, then we can make a difference. And you know, we were all afforded the luxury of a formal education. You know, we're all doing well in various professions, and if we can't come back and place that at the feet of our people, we're not worth anything.
I had to do something. I didn't know what it was because I was still trying to find my way, but I knew something had to change. Something had to be different, because now here I am, an irresponsible individual, now responsible for somebody else.
When you have a child, at that moment you've decided to make your child the most important thing in your life.
Wow. What can we do to begin to turn the community around? Start with ourselves, basically. Be the change that we want to see. You know, I think that's where we have to start at. You know, you can't make people do things. You have to show them, and then they'll fall in line, they'll fall in place. You know, I think that's how it works. Like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I think we need to be the change that we want to see.
See, Harriet Tubman said, "I've saved hundreds, but I could have saved thousands if they had known they were slaves."